This is Kim. Kim lives in Des Moines, Iowa, and I will never forget Kim because she was my first successful client of mine. Last Christmas, Kim ordered my KTL USA at-home leasing system. And just 3 days later, Kim had a new INFINITI Q50 Premium Plus sitting in her driveway for just $325 a month for 39 months. Sign and drive. No money down. She prepaid her first payment plus paid $180 for tags and registration fees. After that, that was it. She got a $46,815 brand new car for peanuts. Kim was so excited about this that she agreed to let me interview her. We recorded a Google Hangout, and yes, it was long. So I edited it down, and here is the short version. Enjoy.
Well, I honestly thought, I hope this isn't a scam. All I was wanting is help, you know? So truly, I had no reason to believe it was, real or fake. I just was hoping that it was real.
When you read my pitch on the blog post, did you think that was, and I want you to be completely honest.
Absolutely, yeah.
You think it was too good to be true to be able to get a really nice car at such a low price?
I figured it was possible, but I didn't know that I could actually do it.
And you were driving at the time, 13-year-old, 150,000.
Yeah, 14-year-old Volkswagen Passat, which really I had no trouble with, but it was starting to go bad. So I wanted to move on and get something new before I had to be forced into that. So it was time.
When you got the Passat, was the idea that you would drive it into the ground until you could no longer, before it started nickel and diming you?
Yeah. And actually prior to the Passat, I had leased a Lexus SUV. And then when that lease was up, I turned it in for the Passat and just decided to buy it. I'm like, well, we'll just see how this goes. And when I leased my Lexus, that was several years ago, it was super expensive. And that's probably why I didn't release anything,
When you think about leasing before you used my system, what were the things that really scared you off about leasing?
The price. And I always thought, well, what am I really getting for this? And is it kind of like I'm just renting this car every month? I didn't think there was any negotiating room.
Oh, that's interesting. So when you got your lease on your Lexus, I'm going to bet that you didn't negotiate at all. You thought that
None.
You paid full price.
Yep, probably 12 years ago, 13 years ago. And I remember my payments were like $560 a month.
$560 a month. All right, so let's get to the punchline, which is very exciting.
Yes.
What is sitting in your driveway right now?
Oh, gosh. It's a 2017 INFINITI Q50. What is it? A Premium Plus. Beautiful car.
With all the bells and whistles.
Everything. Heated steering wheel, my favorite. Remote start, everything.
And tell everyone how much you're paying per month for it.
I am paying $325 a month. That's including everything. That's my payment every month.
The only thing that you had to put into it was $180 for tags, right?
Correct. And then my first month's payment.
Right. So there was no 5 hours through the dealership. You just
none of the stuff that everybody hates about buying a car. I didn't have to do this time. That's why it's been so fun.
In fact, 3 days ago, you said this is actually fun.
No, it's amazingly fun. I mean, it's been a delight. It's been so much more fun. That's probably why I kept my Passat for so long, because I dreaded going and trying to find another car and negotiating, and I didn't want to pay over, a certain amount. Just so I was like, oh, how am I ever going to do this?
Now, people listening to this for the first time, they're going to be like, how in the world is getting into a car with a car dealership fun?
Well, everything you've taught me is you negotiate everything via email. You don't sit in their office and waste your time as you're sitting there, and they whittle you down to like, okay, I'll just do anything to get out of here. So it's like I felt like I was completely in control the whole time.
Now you have at least two things that are going against you. Let's be honest about it. Okay. Clearly you're a woman.
Yes.
Car dealers love to prey on women, whether it's right or wrong, fair or not. That's just the way it is.
Sure. Yep.
And the second thing, which I think is even worse, is that you were doing this by yourself.
Yep. 100%.
You didn't have anyone to help you out, no one to go with
None.
you.
No, and I could have asked friends, but I didn't.
Right.
Didn't need to, but yeah, it was just me.
So in the industry, they call you steak on the table because they're about to feast and sink their teeth you and sell you a car and make the maximum amount of profit. And then they have the audacity at the end of this arduous process of saying, you know what, you really got a great deal from us when you really didn't. So let's talk about the numbers. MSRP on the car was, which is the sticker price, was $46,815.
Right.
Your residual value, since you're leasing the car, everything is based on the residual value. That is the amount that you will pay at the end if you want to keep the car. You can either trade the car in, or you can pay $23,875 when you trade it in.
Correct.
But the most important part is it's a 39-month lease. The reason why we chose 39 months is because there was an incentive from Infinity to go for 39 months.
Yep.
And your payment is $325. It's actually less than that, but you have 6% sales tax in Iowa.
Yep.
And in Iowa is a state where you are only charged on the $300 and something principal and money factor payment. That's the interest payment. It's only on that amount, which is the lowest amount. There are some states like Georgia and I believe Texas where they charge you on the entire purchase price, which would have been a lot more expensive. So you got $325, includes everything.
Yep.
I think we need to see what the car looks like. Can you do that?
Oh, of course. Hang on one moment here, please.
Now you're ridiculously cold this time.
Yes, it's like 12 degrees right now.
Clearly a brand new car. You said there was like 300 miles on it to begin with?
Right. I'm going to start it with my remote start real quickly here.
Are you showing off?
Maybe a little.
So show us what if you can go in the car, let's see if the signal stays.
Okay.
Show us around. Tell us like what your favorite part of the car is.
Well, first of all, I love the speakers. Hang on just a second. I better turn it down. Okay. Can you see?
I can, yeah.
Oh, let's see. Here's the back seat. Let me show you that. Oops.
I thought for sure you're going to show us your favorite part.
Oh, what? The
heated steering wheel.
The heated steering wheel? That's probably making me sick here. Anyway, sorry.
That's all right. It looks great.
Yeah. This doesn't suck, I'll tell you. Okay. Yeah, the heated steering wheel is amazing, especially here. There's the navigation. This is the panel with all the settings, so I can go in and change everything. And let's see. I'll start it real quick. Now that you're in, it turns it on and everything's ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Has heated seats too, right?
It has dual heated seats. It has the moonroof here.
Yeah, open the moonroof.
Okay, hang on. Oh, I haven't done that yet.
That's a sweet moonroof. That's fast.
I'm going to shut it because it's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous.
It's kind of hard because your iPad doesn't do it justice. Why don't you go back inside because I'm cold looking at you cold.
Oh my God, it is so cold. Okay.
Don't forget to turn off your car.
And then everything goes back. I love it when you get out.
Right. So it remembers your perfect position.
Yeah. And there are my Bose speakers. Not that I'm showing off. Okay, we're going back in. There she is. Dixie.
All right, so let's go through my notes, and I want you to tell me kind of what you were feeling when I talk about it. You basically said that you're a realtor and a massage therapist, that you have a Volkswagen Passat that you really liked. However, the fact that it's time to put snow tires on in the winter. I would like to lease this time. Things that are most important to me are high trade-in value, great control in the snow, large trunk, and a smooth ride. Is that too much to ask for? I would love to find something with no money down and stay between $250 and $300 a month. Do you feel that the car you just got fits the bill?
Yeah.
So it hits all the 4 points that you're looking to hit.
Absolutely. Yep, without a doubt.
I think that's the big problem that most people do. Like I just saw another person on the forum who got into a BMW and he got lured into it by the low price, but he says he hates the car because it doesn't have a backup camera, it doesn't have remote start, it's missing a few things that you would think a BMW would have.
Yeah, sure.
Now, when you originally talked to me, you were looking for my suggestion on those 4 factors.
Yep.
And I recommended, do you remember what I recommended?
You recommended the Toyota RAV4.
Right. So now that you have this, what do you think about the Toyota?
Oh, yeah. It was a nice car, but no, not even close to this.
So you wrote back to me 9 days ago, just got a response from the dude at Toyota.
The dude.
On the car below for $35,113 to reach your $288. That was kind of like the bid that we submitted to them.
Right. The 288, close to 300, just to
Right.
see.
Right.
Yep.
But we are also trying to include tax, so it would stay under 300.
Yep.
You wrote down that you would need to have, are you ready for this? A down payment of $6,300.
Yep.
Now, when you run the math on that, he's basically saying you have to pay $5,000 over sticker price to buy a car from him.
Right. Nice.
Now, what we didn't talk about at the beginning is the discount that we were able to get using the system.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what that discount was?
No.
Okay, so the car was $46,815. And if I remember right, you got your paperwork in front of you, right?
I do, yes.
So it was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 35,000 or so. Is there a number?
36,660.
36,660?
Yep.
36.
Okay.
660 into
36.
46,815 is a 22% discount.
Oh, is that all?
That's it. So instead of paying over sticker price, what the Toyota RAV guy wanted you to do, we were able to get $22% off the sticker price and lease the car at the same time.
Right.
Like I said before, there are 2 things that most people don't know about leasing a car. Actually, there's many more, but these are biggies. The first one is that you don't pay sticker price for a lease. You negotiate just as hard off the sticker price as you would off a purchase or a cash deal than you would with a lease. The other thing which you didn't know about, which I think you were quite surprised by, is that you can literally buy an Infiniti, a Toyota, whatever car you want. You can buy it in Hawaii.
Right.
Still have it serviced in your local hometown with the same package. In other words,
right.
If it's a 48,000 a mile warranty, you get the same exact warranty that you would in Hawaii that you would get at your hometown. So if you bought it in Hawaii, trucked it over to you, it would be the same warranty. And that's the other thing that we didn't talk about either. How many Toyota and how many Infiniti dealerships are in your town?
In Des Moines, Iowa, we have 1 Toyota dealership and 1 Infiniti.
This system works whether you have 1 or 100. You were able to take the best price, which came from Chicago. You went for a test drive.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to talk about the test drive in a moment.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah. So you did the test drive, and you were able to get the general manager to call us like multiple times to beg us to match the price that was gotten in Chicago and to honor it locally for you.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
Let's talk about the test drive. I can't wait to talk about that.
Okay. Well, the test drive, I'll just say that you coached me, and so you said set it up for at the end of the day, if possible, you get in and you get out. The idea is to get in, get out, check, drive the car, but not sit there and listen to their spiel.
And in order to make it so that they didn't hound you, which they always do after the test drive, what did you do?
I said, I have to be out of here 25, 30 minutes. And I pulled my iPhone out and I started the timer. I think it was 25 minutes. And I started it and I said, I have to be out of here. And I said, I'm not going to waste your time, and I had my iPad with me. So I turned that around and I had the 2 cars that we had offers from in Chicago, right. One for $325 a month, the other one for $300 a month. And I just said, here are the deals that I've already worked out. Obviously I'd rather do business with you guys in town and be here, be locally. And if you can make this work, great. If not, I get it. So he leaves. and he's gone for a while, and then he comes back and asks me some more stuff, and then he's like, well, I don't know, and I can see the manager through the window, and he's with some other people. And he went over and talked to the manager, and he just kind of brushed him off. So my alarm went off on my phone, and I got up and I said, thank you for your time. And he's like, well, where are you going? And I said, I told you I had to leave. And the look on his face was priceless. And so I said, okay. And he's like, oh, okay. And so I leave. And then I think roughly in maybe 5 minutes or less, I had a phone call from the manager.
The general manager.
The general manager that was kind of taking his time, not wanting to talk to the salesman that I was talking to. So,
but you didn't get one call. I think you got two calls, right?
Two calls. Yep.
Like this guy was hot and heavy to make you happy.
Yep.
And he knew what the offer was, right?
Yes, he did.
So then I got on the phone with him.
Yep.
I literally, it was a 4 minute, it wasn't even I would say the deal part took a minute.
Yep.
The 3 minutes, he was like, who are you? And I'm like, well, I'm helping her get this car. If you would have made that phone call, it would have lasted literally 2 minutes.
Right.
And he kept saying, we like people in our neighborhood, I think he said.
Could be.
Something like that.
We like to keep them here or local,
like
or we want
neighborhood or something, whatever. That's just pablum. It's nonsense. So I said, okay.
Right.
And I said, she's ready to pull the trigger in Chicago, but if you want to do it, if you do it, you'll save her on the shipping costs. She'll do it right now.
Right.
He's like, great, consider it a deal. I'll have my salesman contact her, blah, blah, blah. We'll make it, have her send in a credit application. We'll make it happen.
Yep.
Minutes.
Yeah.
Not 5 hours.
No. It was quick.
In most situations, you had to put down a huge down payment. And by the way, never, ever, ever, anyone who's listening to this, if you're going to do this on your own, never lease and put down a down payment.
Right.
Never put a single penny down as a down payment. Then they have dealer fees, which are complete nonsense. That's just pure profit. Then they have destination charges and this charge and that charge. We don't care what they call the charge. We said, you want to be at $325 for 39 months. Period. Can you do it?
Yeah.
The only extra thing that she paid for was $180 for the tags. Yeah. And what happens on a lease is you always like if you buy a car, you get 45 days to start paying for the car. Leasing is different. You're prepaying your first month ahead of time. So she's literally prepaid her entire first month by paying the $325 plus the $180, which brought you to the $505, right?
Correct.
After that, there's nothing else. There's no surprises. But let's talk about that, about why leasing is amazing. It's one of the most overlooked ways of leveraging money out there. Car dealers like to make leasing confusing. In fact, before this recording that we did, Kim was like, where do I find the MSRP? Where do I find this? Where do I find that? They make it purposely confusing. Yep. What's going to happen is Kim is going to lease for life. Yeah. Because you take $325, and you take $325 times 39 months, that's $12,675. Let me write that down. $12,675. That is a guaranteed. Kim knows exactly the cost of ownership of the car. Now, you don't own the car because it's a lease, but that's fine. Tell everyone who's watching this what freebies you get when you lease the car. Do you remember?
Well, I get free oil changes.
Yep.
Free tire rotation.
You also get a free courtesy car too, right?
Yeah. Well, no, it's $10 if I need. You mean if I need to leave my car and have it serviced?
Yeah. Oh, wow. They charge $10, huh?
Well, they charge $10, but if I have it for one day, it's $10 for that. If I have it for 2 weeks, it's $10 total. I mean, it's just, you pay one time $10.
That's interesting because the Infinity dealer at us, even if there's an oil change, they literally have no waiting room. They literally come, take a loaner car, they drop it off, they take my car, they bring it back, they do the service, and then they swap it out again. So you're always in an Infinity. There's never any downtime. There's never any waiting.
That's cool.
It's great. But you know what? For $10 to get another Infinity for the day, it's
not a big deal to me.
So everything, literally, the only thing that you have to pay for during the lease, and this is very important, by the way, is windshield wiper fluid and windshield wiper replacements, because you are timing it so that you're going to turn your lease in when everything is going to start to flake out. When your tires need to be replaced, you're going to turn it in. Actually, you're going to turn it in before 39 months. In my system, I talk about that. You're not going to have to worry about any, 64,000 mile service. You'll have the lease turned in way before that. The only thing that you have to worry about, again, beyond the oil change, which will be complete by Infinity, is this windshield wiper fluid and windshield wiper replacements. That's it.
Right.
If I take $12,675 and I multiply that times 3, that's $38,025. That is less than the $46,000 for the car.
Yeah.
So if you were to buy the car and drive it into the ground, that basically means you'd have to go about 12 years for the numbers to match what getting 3 new lease cars. If you got the same deal, which you will definitely get that deal again, you're literally driving 3 new cars for the same price as one.
Wow, that's cool.
Talk about the when you said it was fun. Now, it wasn't always fun, because there were up and downs throughout. Was there anything that made you go, oh, this isn't going to work out? Maybe I made a mistake? Or...
No, not really. I mean, in my way of thinking, though, too, is if it didn't work out, it wasn't supposed to work out. But I thought it was a lot of fun, and definitely learned a ton about the car business and how things operate, how they operate and stuff. So no, I never worried especially after you started talking to me, and I realized this wasn't a scam, and it was actually going to happen. I'm like, oh, this is so much fun. Yeah, it was super cool.
So let's finish this up and talk about the funnest part, if that's a word. If it's not, I just made it up.
That's okay.
The last 24 hours. It's been exactly.
Yep. Oh,
how has the last 24 hours been?
Oh, amazing. I mean, honestly, after I got the car and I called one of my brothers to see if he was home, and because I wanted to swing by and show him my new car, and he wasn't. And so I'm driving, and because of where you can talk on the phone through your car,
right.
I had never had that. I'm calling all these people and talking, and I drove and drove and drove. I don't even know where I went. I mean, I don't even remember, because I was so like, ugh.
A few things have changed since recording this interview. Today, my clients always get their new cars delivered to their home, office, even at their wedding. Also, my clients always ask for true sign and drive. This is when the dealership pays for our first payment and fees out of their own pocket. And as always, my clients never have to come up with a down payment. In fact, we always get 0 cash down. This saves us at least $2,000 to $6,000 in cash. Cash we get to keep ourselves. If you live anywhere in the USA and would like to get any new car from any one of these manufacturers, order my KTL USA at-home leasing system from the link below.